Hello everyone, my name is Rob, welcome to Kinetic Rugby League. In this video we're going to be discussing the Cook Islands Rugby League World Cup squad that has recently been announced. Let's take a look. The Cook Islands squad is as follows. Tevin Arona, Tinirao Arona, Jeff Daniela, Jonathan Ford, Anthony Gelling, Kale Iro, Makahesi Makatoa, Asan Masters, Stephen Masters, Davey Moale, Tepai Moroya, Dylan Napa, Rua Ngatikora, Moses Nuveo Magreel, Pride Peterson Rabati, Dominic Peru, Brendan Piacora, Ruben Porter, Ruben Rennie, Vincent Rennie, Brad Takiorangi, Aaron Teroy, Zane Tetavano, and Paul Ulberg. So again, I have identified three players that I want to talk about with this squad, and the first one I'm going to look at is Isan Masters. I don't know if it's Essen, Isan, I'm going to assume it's Essen. Essen Masters. He's 26 years old. He's listed as a centre, but from what I can tell, he's most likely going to play in the halves for Cook Islands. He's currently signed to the Huddersfield Giants, but had his last season at the Gold Coast Titans in the NRL. This season he only had 5 appearances and 1 try. However, in his whole career he's had 85 appearances, 21 tries and 15 assists. The bulk of those came between 2018 and 2019, where his career was kind of at its peak from what I could tell from stats. He was also called up for New Zealand in a test match, or maybe played multiple test matches. So again, it's one of those where I think once you've played, for me personally, once you've played for a country, you shouldn't really be able to play for another one. But he's part of the Cook Islands squad. There's a few clips here and there on him, and from what I can tell, he's a very strong, powerful runner, very intelligent player in the centre position. When he gets within 10 metres of the try line, he's always direct, has the ability to shrug players off and get that ball down cleanly for a try. But I wasn't able to see too much on his skill and his ability to control the game. I did watch the test match he was in against Samoa a few months back. The Cook Islands were just not brilliant. They weren't really in the game, so I can't speak too much on how he did in the halves, but I would imagine, based on his experience, he's going to be skillful enough and will hopefully be able to have some impact in the spine for the Cook Islands. The second player I want to talk about is Kale Iro. Now, he's 22 years old. He's listed as a centre. He did play in one match last season for the Cronulla Sharks and played as a winger. Pretty sure I recall him being a fullback, but that's possibly because they tried to kick the balls towards him so much because he was so inexperienced. But 22 years old, Cronulla Sharks, had 1 appearance last season for club and country because he was also in that test match. From the clips that I've been able to find and from what I recall, he had decent pace. From the clips I've seen, he's got good instincts and he's able to pop up in the right places. He was most of the time playing in the centre position and looked alright. My hope is that the experience against Samoa in the test match and that one game of experience for the Sharks this season isn't going to give him too much in the way of experience. Obviously not, it's one game for club and country, but what I'm hoping is that he has enough skill already and those kind of experiences give him more hunger to really go out there and just show what he's capable of. When they were kicking to him early in the Sharks game against the Bulldogs, you know how Matt Burton can kick a ball. They went straight for him and had a little bit of trouble, looked shaky, but again, he's inexperienced, he's only 22, but then started to find his footing, made some important catches, got stuck in, ran at the defensive line, and got through the game. It wasn't anything special, but he got through the game, and I think that's big experience that he can take with him. Didn't get a whole load of experience, but I think an individual game like that, wanting more, being such a young player, could mean a lot for him going into this tournament, knowing that he's had a slice of it and he's going to get a lot more now in this team, because I'm assuming he's going to start fullback. So hopefully we can see what he's really capable of at this competition. The third and final player I want to talk about is Anthony Gelling. Now, he is a centre. He's 31 years old. As far as I can tell, he's not currently registered to a club, from what I can tell anyway. His previous club was the Leeds Centurions. Before that, it was the Warrington Wolves. Before that, it was the Widnes Vikings. And before that, it was the Wigan Warriors. In terms of stats in just Super League, he's had 119 appearances and 60 tries, which means he averaged in Super League a try every 2 games, which is huge, especially for a centre. That is massive. He's 6'5" as well, so he's a massive aerial threat. In terms of accolades, he's won 2 World Club challenges. One was against the Brisbane Broncos in 2015, and one against the Cronulla Sharks in, I want to say, 2017. He's also had a grand final win as well, and that has come with a grand final loss and a Challenge Cup final loss, but he's had a plethora of big game experience throughout Super League, throughout the Challenge Cup, throughout playoffs and grand finals as well. I think he is probably going to be their biggest threat. Masters will hopefully have enough skill to dictate the game, but I don't know how many strong finishes they've got on the wide players. I do know what Anthony Gelling's capable of. He was a well-known and appreciated player in Super League for many years. People knew what he was capable of doing on the pitch, and certainly if they get close enough to that line, kick the ball into the air, and you've got a 6'5" giant ready to leap up and potentially bring the ball down for a few tries. So if teams aren't able to compete with that, they could trouble a lot of teams. They just need to get into those positions. It's whether they've got the team to consistently get towards their opponent's try line. They might struggle with that, but if they can get there, they certainly have a target to aim for, and that's all they need. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any thoughts on the Cook Islands squad, leave them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with new content. You can also follow the social media accounts in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.